Okay, today we're going to draw a room in one-point perspective. You need a ruler and a pencil and an eraser. We're on the back of page 5. Now, we don't start with a horizon line. We're doing the inside of a room. You're going to start with a square or a rectangle in the center of your paper. Use your ruler. It's going to be about like that. Not more than about 1.5 to 2 inches on any side. Your vanishing point is going to be in the center of the box. Excuse me. Hunter, it's time to put your things away and go to your locker and then go down to the office.
I got all my stuff.
Now, I need you. What did I do with my ruler? There it is. Here's where a lot of people mess up, and if you mess up on this part, everything else will be wrong. I am going to line up the vanishing point to one corner, and I'm going to draw from that corner off the page. I am going to line up my vanishing point with another corner, and I'm going to draw off the page. Now I want you to realize that they don't go to the corners. Okay, a lot of my students want to attach the corners, and that's not how you do it. Vanishing point, line it up, and go off the page. Now if you can't see it right now, that's okay, but this is an empty room. This is the back wall, this is the ceiling, this is the floor, and these are the 2 side walls. And if you can't see it, don't worry, because you will in just a minute. Sort of. Now we're going to make a living room. Okay? And if you remember, when you're drawing in one-point perspective, your ruler can only go 3 ways. Straight up and down, straight across, or exactly to the vanishing point. Do you remember on the shape sheet, we did that shape that looked like a letter L? I'm going to make like a capital letter L, and it's going to touch the floor line before it goes across. So there's like a big letter L, and the corner has to touch the floor line or come below it. And now I'm going to turn it into a block letter. I'm going to make it a 2-dimensional shape. Now if it looks like it's leaning, that means that your verticals aren't straight up and down. Is that better? Now, what do you think I should do with that thing? What did we do with it on the shape sheet? You're Brooklyn, right? Brooke. Okay. Okay, I have 5 corners. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Each one has to line up to the vanishing point. And I'm not going to go all the way, I'm just going to go as long as I want my couch to be, because I'm making a couch. If you make it short, it would be a chair. So I have 5 lines, and if I extended them all the way, they would go to the vanishing point. Yes, sir. You can sit wherever will help you see better. And Anthony, if you want, you can move that little desk around to where you can see the screen, okay? Now here's where a lot of folks mess up, is when they finish it. I need a horizontal that's between the top distance line and the second distance line. So my ruler needs to be straight across. And I'm going to connect the top distance line to the second distance line. The next corner is vertical. I need a vertical line between the second distance line and the third distance line. The next one is horizontal. And the next one is vertical. And you should know this by now from practicing and doing the shape sheet. By the way, if you've got the shape sheet and you've got below a 70%, you can redo it and I'll regrade it. But if it's if it's 70 or above, then I won't regrade it. Bless you. Okay, so you should have a couch. Now, it is like a Flintstone couch. It's hard and it has corners. Once you get good at this, you can go back and make the corners look soft. Okay? But not today. I want a rug in front of my couch. Alright? So I am actually going to put my ruler on the bottom of the couch because I want my rug to be about the same length as the couch. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line about as wide as I want my rug to be. And your ruler should be straight across. The ends of those lines line up to the vanishing point. And you want to go about as long as your couch is. Am I going too fast? A little bit maybe? Okay. Then to finish it, a horizontal line here. Make sure your ruler is straight across and connect your 2 distance lines. Now if you couldn't tell it was a room before, you should be able to tell now. Bless you. Now the thing about designs on the rug, if things that are closer to us are bigger and things that go back toward the vanishing point get smaller. So if you're doing a design on your rug and it swirls, the swirls at the end should be bigger and they should get smaller as they go back. But if there are lines on it, then your lines would have to go by the vanishing point. If you were going to have a striped rug in front of your couch, then the lines that are coming down this way would have to go by your vanishing point. Bless you. Like that. This could be a rug. You could turn it into a table if you put table legs on it. But for now, we're going to call it a rug. And I want a window above my couch. So I'm going to put my ruler even with the back of my couch. And I'm going to draw a vertical line for as big as I want my window to be. The top and bottom of that vertical go toward the vanishing point. So these are vanishing point lines. And the end is a vertical. Now this could be a window, it could be a mirror, it could be a painting, it could be a built-in aquarium. It could be all kinds of things. Now, if it were a mirror or a window, you would draw the things that you would see on it. Do you know what I mean? If it's a window and you can see through. Yes, sir.
Are we going to be drawing like a TV in front of the couch?
Eventually, maybe.
Well, if we're drawing the TV in front of the couch, can we just put like the TV in the mirror? And then in the mirror, the TV would be...
If it would be in the mirror, yes. Okay, now on this flat shape, and I don't know if you remember, but when we did the city and we put windows and doors on, we didn't have to use the point for the flat shape, remember? So I like to put a door here. I turn the vanishing point into like a peephole for the door. Now, if you put a door or a window back here, you don't have to use the vanishing point. But if you put furniture that's up against the wall here, you do have to use the vanishing point. Anything that's coming out into space toward you, the corners have to go to the vanishing point. Now we're going to make a ceiling that looks like our ceilings here with ceiling tile. Okay? I want you to look at this line. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
I'll move it down a little bit. I want you to look and think where halfway might be and put a little dot. And this dot's not your vanishing point. Then, if you cover half of it up and you look from the dot to the corner, think about halfway and put a dot where you think halfway might be. And then you'll cover the other side and you'll look from the dot to the corner, and where you think halfway might be, you need to mark it. So I actually have 3 dots that are about the same distance each. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. You're going to line your vanishing point up to each of those dots, and you're going to draw from the top of the box out away from the point and off the page. All of these are vanishing point lines. They go to the vanishing point. And if you remember when we did the sidewalk cracks, remember how we got them closer together as they got toward the point? The tiles are the same way. If I put my ruler horizontally, I'm going to go across, and there's my first row of tiles. Then I need to keep my ruler straight across and make it a little further apart, and there's my second row. Keep it straight across, and there's my third row, and there are ceiling tiles. Is there a problem? On the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to go to the wall that doesn't have anything on it. I think instead of a TV, we're just going to make a piece of furniture. But before we do that, we're going to make a doorway, and the doorway is going to be close to us. So I'm going to make a vertical line that goes up, and the door's pretty tall because it's close to us. The top goes to the vanishing point, and the other side is a vertical line until you hit the floor. So there's a doorway right there, which is pretty cool. Now, for a piece of furniture, we have to have the flat shape first. Remember how we did the flat shape for the couch? I have to have a rectangle or a square that actually touches or comes below the floor line. So there's my flat shape. And there's the floor line, and the back of that flat shape has to touch or come below the floor line. And then each corner goes toward the vanishing point. Now it could be a TV, or it could be a buffet. It could be a console where your games and stuff are. And I'm just going to turn it into a box like we did on the shape sheet the other day. Now if you wanted it to be a TV, this is an old-timey TV. Actually, your mirror or window could be a flat screen if you wanted it to be. But the old-timey TVs had a screen on them, a little glass window on the front. Do you have your hand up, Garrett?
Yeah. Like the TV that you're saying, can we like make it into like a bird cage or something?
This?
Yeah.
Yes. If you did that, Garrett, your invisible corners would be visible. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, like, what if we wanted to make it a shelf?
A shelf is a little more difficult. And if you're interested, I'll show you when you're working on your own tomorrow, okay? Now I'm going to show you something really cool. We're going to put steps in the door that look like it goes upstairs. Okay? And the point of intersection that we're most interested in is right there. And I'm going to start with a horizontal. And there's my first step. And then a vertical. And there's my next step. And then a horizontal. Just like you would start to do steps where it goes straight up and straight over. And you're going to keep doing that until you hit the other side of the door, and then you're going to stop. So I have my ruler straight across, straight up, straight across, straight up, until I hit the other side of the door. Now the cool part is there are inside corners and outside corners. Inside, outside. And you're going to line up every corner with your vanishing point, and you're going to draw toward you until you hit the other side of the door. And it's going to look like steps that go up. Now if you wanted to put a ramp or something to hold on to, this part is a flat wall again. So you would just put your ramp however you wanted it to look to hold on to. Now we're going to talk about baseboards. Baseboards at your house are at the bottom of the wall. It's a little piece of wood that sort of trims around the wall. Here, they're ugly black plastic things. And they're in the hallways and everywhere. Okay? Baseboards. So here's how you do a baseboard. First I have to decide how high it's going to be. And I'm going to draw a horizontal line on that back flat corner. Carter, you need to get a grip, please. Then I'm going to line up the end of this line to the vanishing point. And I'm going to come down, and when I hit the couch, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to pick up on the other side and keep going. On this side, if I could see it, it would be about right there. So I'm going to line up my vanishing point, come from behind the TV or whatever furniture it is, and there's a baseboard there. Now, do any of you guys have those borders around the top, right up against the ceiling? Those are the same as baseboards, only they're at the top. Lots of times they have flowers or pretty things in them. It's the same as a baseboard, except you're doing the top boundary of the room. And then if there's something in it, it's smaller down here, and it gets larger and larger as it comes toward you, if it's a design.
Do we have to make a design on it?
Not today. Now, if you flip your packet over, you'll see that there's an example of a room. The steps are on the other side, but they're done the same way. The fireplace back here, here's the vanishing point. The corners of the fireplace are actually going to the vanishing point. The inside lines of the fireplace are actually going to the vanishing point. The design on the rug, these are all vanishing point lines. This is a recliner, but it's the back of the recliner. So here's the back, there's one arm, there's the other arm, and there's the little lever to recline.
How do they make a back?
Excuse me?
Oh, I've never seen it. There's a
All you do, are you talking about this?
the back
Oh.
of it.
Well, this part of the door depends on how wide open it is. You don't use a point. You just decide how wide open your door is going to
But
be.
like the toilet, is that?
It's just sort of free-handed right at this moment. Josh?
Doesn't the very back wall look like the face?
Sort of, yes.
Yes.
Notice the outlet where the TV is plugged in? It's made like a window. The top and bottom goes to the vanishing point, and the sides are vertical. Tomorrow in class, you are going to draw the inside of a room, and you're going to turn it in for a grade. It can be a living room. If you wanted it to be a bedroom, you would make your L shape really long and turn this into a bed. Yes? Can you do what?
Can you make it like a garage?
The inside of a garage, yes. You'd have to, if you put a car in there, it would have to go correctly to the point. It could be an arcade room, a pool room, like to shoot pool. You can make a big old pool table.
The basketball part?
That's not the inside of a room.
So you put people on it?
You could, but what I'm looking for is whether you know how to use that vanishing point or not. Bryce, if you wanted to put a basketball court inside and put all the lines that are painted on it, go by the vanishing point, that would be okay. But I want to know that you can do furniture. I want to know that you can do windows and doors. I want to know that you can do baseboards. I want to know that you can do ceilings like this. Okay, put your packet in your tray, please.